Hi, welcome back. It is our last uh, live preview of a bedroom in today's bedroom focus for Makeover May. And I wanted to take this opportunity to run through our size guide, which is a super handy tool that you can access for free on our website. All you got to do is go to latitudesgallery.com and click on the size guide and download it. Super simple. So let me show you what that looks like, and let me explain to you how to size artwork over a bed. So this is our size guide, and I've jumped right to the bedroom section of it. And so when we're working with a queen size bed, my favorite tried and true size for over a bed, whether it's king or queen, is usually this 30 by 60 size. So you can see the size right here, the 30 by 60, and this is what it looks like with artwork over the bed. It fills the space really nicely between the ceiling and the headboard. Now, if you have a taller than average headboard, the 30 by 60 is going to be too tall for you. So then we need to look at the 20 by 60. And the 20 by 60 would be just a tiny, oh, I don't have it there. 20 by 60 is just a tiny bit shorter, so it still allows a tall headboard, but you still have the same width. And the width is the same width as your bed. So when you're sizing things for furniture, I want you to kind of think we're playing football. This is the goal, right? The lines go right up from the sides of the bed. They go right up onto the wall. And the goal is to get your artwork in between. Okay, so you want that art to land somewhere between the edges of your goal. Okay, so 30 by 60 takes those lines right up the wall. It fits right in there. And the 30 actually works beautifully with the space left over above the bed. Now let's take a look at a king size. So the king size bed with the 30 by 60, it's right here. You can see the same thing. Now we're still landing inside that goal, those goal lines, but it's giving a slight taper, which I also love. It's going to depend on the image. It's going to depend on your space, the breathing room around it, and what works best. But the tried and true size, the magic number, is this 60 by 30. It works just about anywhere. So when you're trying to decide for longevity reasons, say you're moving, you move a lot, if you're in the military, this is my favorite size because it will work over a king size bed, a queen size bed, over a fireplace, over a entry table. It works over a sofa. It's kind of the chameleon of our big five. It works everywhere and looks amazing. So you can't really go wrong. The 60 by 30 is definitely my favorite size for over a bed. Now, if you have tall headboards, then we're talking the pano shape. And for a king, you'd be looking at the 72, which is either the same width as your bed or a little bit smaller than the width of your bed. So we're in those hockey or in the goal lines. And that's what that would look like here in a pano shape over your bed. If you have to work with a standard ratio, then we are working in this shape. Do you see the difference? We've got the long and skinny here, and then here we have more of a traditional photograph shape. And that's going to be usually around the 48-inch. And let's take a look at the queen, also a 48-inch by 32. So that lands the 48 inches, gives you enough breathing room on the sides. It creates a beautiful taper, and 32 is not that much taller than that magic number of 30. So that's what works out really well. So for today's example, I'm going to pull that off and share a different room. Hang on one second. I got to find her. Dawn, where are you hiding? There it is. All right, Dawn. So this is Dawn's room, and this is another common scenario that we deal with. So I want to point out her headboard. It is not a straight line. It is also see-through. So when you're dealing with a see-through headboard, you have a little bit more flexibility. If the see-through headboard is taller, or you're limited for some reason with your piece, you can tuck that picture in just slightly because it is open. You can also get a little bit tighter to an open headboard like this, then I would recommend with a solid headboard. If this was a solid line going right across the top, I would absolutely not hang it this close to this headboard. But do you see how much breathing room there is? It allows you to tuck it a little bit tighter to that headboard. Now, Dawn's request was for the beach and the Ventura Pier. And so this is a beautiful scene of a local beach in Ventura. And I actually love the rippling effect of her bed with the rippling effect of the sets out in the ocean. So this is a great pick for her space. This is the Ventura Pier. I like that there's all this built-in breathing room. I'm going to keep saying it because it's such an important element in a picture, especially when you have a lot going on already in a space. This headboard is busier because there's more lines happening to it. It's not just a solid piece of wood. So it's a busier piece, and we need to balance that out with something a little less busy for her artwork. This one, I'm a little surprised because it is a little bit busy here. It's got a lot happening in the foreground with these beautiful rocks. Let me zoom in just a smidge so you can see it. Oh, it's not helping you, is it? That is the Ventura Pier. There are rocks on the beach. It is beautiful. And zoom in just a little bit. But what I do really like about this when I see this on her wall is, do you see this line that's happening when you go from the curtain, the line of the curtain down this, and that sort of lands in this area and takes you down here. So this is a beautiful line being pulled across a room. That's always something you want to be looking for in your artwork. Where does your eye go? How does it bounce through the room? These are all elements of your space that make your space feel good. This Silver Strand Beach image is one of my favorites for her space because it is so calm and simple. It also mimics those lines that we saw in the first one. But do you see how much calmer this one is? This one, I think, just has that nice, soft, sort of floating feeling of the beach. And let's take a look at a couple more. This one, this is if we were to do more of a 2-to-1 ratio over her bed. And I really like this one in her space. Again, that built-in breathing room with this nice, simple sky and sand, that kind of takes it home for me. And the sand color matches her bed. So this one might be my favorite. I've got one left to take a look at. Ventura aerial view. I love this one in her space as well, but I would have to size it down because, like I was just saying, it's a more dominant piece. You don't want it to feel crowded. You're going to have to give that breathing room. And if the piece has built-in breathing room, great. This one has a little bit, the sky and the water. And you see, again, the lines that are happening here. This line is pulling you into here. So those lines are always happening in our spaces, and it's great to notice it and see what's working and what isn't working. So out of my top picks for Dawn's room, I'm going to say this is one of my top picks. And this one, the Ventura Pier. I think I like this one the best because of those rich, darker colors. I think these are navy or black curtains, and then her black iron just works with these shadows on the pier really beautifully. And I like those brown colors in the pier, mimicked on the floor, and her wood accents in her space. So thank you so much, Dawn, for your entry in Makeover May. Today was our focus on the beds, which is the second most popular wall that we get requests for in the gallery. If you haven't sent in your room to our Makeover May event, well, then you're just going to miss out because we are pulling the winner live on June 1st. And it is at random. You don't have to have the best room. You don't have to have the best wall. You don't have to have the biggest wall to fit the biggest piece of art. It is a random drawing. You could win $1,000 in Latitudes artwork. And we have 2 runner-up prizes. Those prizes are $250 each. So you have a great opportunity to win beautiful artwork to complement your space. All you have to do is go to latitudesgallery.com, click on Makeover May, and send it in. I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks so much.